that are suffering from crime every day. And I know you've heard it all the time, but black on black crime. Why isn't anything being done about that? Why do you kids have to go to school in certain neighborhoods and be afraid to walk to school?
I think that's another issue.
But it's an issue
I think
that
the
should be addressed.
Understood, but I think the movement started not just George Floyd, but police brutality. That's why it started. You would agree with me that as a whole, I don't think black people are treated the same as white people when it comes to policing. That's why the movement started. I don't agree with the organization, but the tens of millions of people that protested, in my opinion, were protesting for equality. The overwhelming majority of those people—
They were protesting for a paycheck.
Okay,
well, attention.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Okay,
because if
well,
you really want to
disagree with that
protest, you go
assessment.
down to— I bet half of them never even been to Watts before,
Okay.
or
So you
or
think
on the
that
north side.
of the tens of millions of people that were protesting, you're generalizing that most of them were doing it for a paycheck? Is that your opinion?
Okay. Have you seen the march? I'm sure you've seen. You're probably not old enough to actually see the marches for
Martin Luther
for the
King?
Civil Rights Act. Yes.
Sure, I've watched the
Okay.
video of it. Absolutely.
All right. So that was a movement for equality.
Sure.
This was a movement for attention and political.
For who? Everybody that marched, the tens of millions of people like myself that marched. I didn't receive a paycheck. Many of my black
Yes.
friends who went, they didn't receive a
Oh,
paycheck.
don't say your black friends. Say your friends.
Okay, well, I'm using color now because, as you know, a lot of black people were marching, and a lot of those black people that I know, whatever word you want to use, they're black people, did not receive a paycheck. Like me, they wanted to raise awareness for equality.
Yes.
What's
Those
wrong
are-
with that?
Those were the real people who were really
Right.
trying to do something.
Sure.
Except when they're sprinkled in with people
Agitators.
who intentionally do it.
Sure.
And you could.
But that's not the overwhelming majority.
I'm sure you've seen the videos. Of people who are really trying to protest peacefully, telling people to stop being violent, to stop. This is not where we're trying to do. And
Sure.
and as a whole,
Absolutely.
It just, and the
There were
corruption-
agitators and bad people there. There's no question about
and the
it.
corruption from the top of BLM down completely ruined the whole movement. Do I believe in Black Lives Matter as the organization? No. I believe in bringing awareness.
But you believe in the movement.
I believe in the movement of bringing an awareness
Okay, fine. So we agree.
for equality.
We agree. My only issue is when you generalize as all these people are looking for a paycheck. I can tell you that is 100%
and
not
you're right.
true.
And you're right. And I should strike that. It's not all
There
people.
was a small group of
There was
agitators and bad people, and I agree with you.
Yes.
I wish they didn't light things on fire. I wish they didn't attack police officers. But especially during the day, I wouldn't categorize all Black Lives Matter protests as riots. Especially during the day, they were peaceful. At night, there were bad things that happened that takes away from the actual
even
cause.
during the day, there were bad
Most of
things
it
that were
happened at
happening.
night. I think
most of
we
it happened at
agree.
night.
I think for the most part we agree, but here's my issue. Going back to January 6th, a guy like a Mark Levin, who I think is a despicable human being, who does a right-wing conservative radio show. I'll give you an example of why I don't like him. When he talks about Black Lives Matter, and many Republicans do this, not you, but many Republicans do this. They'll talk about Black Lives Matter and